Good morning. Happy Monday. We are starting off another week. I thought that I would just do a kind of take you along with me for our day. We are on summer break for homeschool for the most part. My daughter does have some private tutoring today. My son has his final day of physical therapy, and you can hear my dog drinking. But I don't know, I just figured I'd take you along, show you what I'm doing, and see how you guys like it. So the first thing I'm going to do this morning is get my coffee going. So I don't have a proper camera stand, so I'm making do. If you've watched my grocery hauls, you'll know that I've talked about that I don't have one. It's just not in the budget to buy one. So I'm making do with like a tabletop one stacked on top of things. So I don't have the great quality to be able to do the angles and things like that, but you know what? We're just gonna, this is real life. If you watched my grocery haul yesterday, I still have a lot of the stuff out on the counter. I've got cupcakes left over for my daughter's birthday party. We were just so busy, and this is just real life. My house is a mess, and this is what we're doing. I'm going to get out the blender. I am making a blended iced coffee. I made one yesterday, and I thought it was really good. I did discover that the ice mostly melted. I've been playing around with at-home coffee drinks. That the ice mostly melted, so I think I'm going to add a little more ice this time. I'm just looking to see if I have my smaller measuring cup. Anyways, just kind of playing around with trying to make iced coffees at home to save some money. So I've been using this Busy Cold Brew. It is a Minnesota company. This is their espresso blend, and I've been enjoying it, and it is cheaper than going to Caribou or Starbucks. Caribou is kind of like a Midwest version of like a Starbucks kind of, or Dunkin' Donuts. Okay. So I buy this Kelowna's Supernatural milk, and it has the cream line, so you always gotta shake it up real good. And I do about a cup of both, 8 ounces of coffee and 8 ounces of milk, approximately. And then some caramel. I actually have this all natural salted caramel. We got it at our state fair. It's really good. It still has sugar in it, but doesn't have any like high fructose corn syrup or any of that gunk in it. I did buy some dates to make date caramel, and I also use date syrup too. But we have this, and it really needs to get used up, so that's kind of what I've been using. Get some ice. Kind of hoping that this time the ice won't melt as bad. So we have 2 ice machines in our refrigerator. The top one where we get our water is a little bit smaller ice cubes. That's what I used yesterday in here. So I'm hoping by using the thicker ice cubes that are down in the bottom that it won't pulverize them quite into nothing. Like there was no ice pieces at all. This one's a little more icy. I also didn't let it blend as long. Yeah, I can still see that it has got liquid, but it does seem a little more icy than the last one. Yeah, still not quite as icy as the ones that you buy at the coffee shops, but definitely closer. It's good. Okay, that's it. That's good. I'm gonna take this upstairs. I'm gonna curl my hair, do my makeup, and then I gotta start getting kids up. So the next time there's something exciting, I'll show you. See you in a little while. Okay, I wanted to take you on more of the day, but it was insane. So we did our private tutoring, and while my daughter did that, I just sat and read my book, and then we came right home quick, got my son.
went right to his physical therapy. And then while he was at physical therapy, my daughter and I did go to Marshall's, and I got this cute little yellow, well, not little yellow, but yellow maxi skirt. So it's got this cute little string, and then so it's not quite to the floor for me, but it has this cute little crochet kind of thing. So this was $16.99, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I love maxi skirts in the summer. I don't wear shorts, so this is perfect, especially on the really hot days when I don't want to wear like my jeans or capris or whatever, or leggings, like if we're out and about, like actually somewhere I don't want to wear my leggings, so I will wear a lot of skirts. So I was excited to find that. So that's kind of how our day went. It just got so crazy that I didn't even have time to quickly video, but now I have to get my kitchen cleaned up and I have to figure out what to make for dinner. I am feeling very uninspired, and I'm hoping that a video will help me to get a little more inspired. So once I figure that out and I start working on getting some of the stuff cleaned up, I will come back and I will tell you that. But that is how our day has been going so far.
It is time to
See you in a
work on
little
dinner.
bit.
I got stuck. Well, not stuck. I got wrapped up in talking to my neighbor for like an hour that I am now about an hour behind starting dinner, but that's okay. So what we're going to do for dinner tonight is breakfast for dinner. I've got a package of bacon. I also have some sausage out in the freezer that you just cook right from frozen, so I'm going to cook up some sausage too since we only have one package of bacon. And then I have a bag of 3 homemade hamburger buns and 2 bags of 4 homemade hot dog buns. And I'm actually just going to dice these up, and we are going to use them in a French toast bake. So I'm going to use my cast iron. I'm going to chop these all up. I'm going to soak them in some milk and eggs and get them all coated well. I think I might do some cream cheese and strawberry kind of mixed in there and let that be like a cream cheese egg bake kind of thing. So I think that's what, not egg bake, French toast bake. There we go. But the first step is just cutting these up into bite-sized pieces first. Okay, I've got some heavy whipping cream that needs to be used up. The date is today, so I'm going to use this as the base of my milk, and if I need more I will add more, but it's about 2 cups of heavy cream, so that's what we're going to use in there. I did also pull out my milk in case I need it, and we'll start out with some eggs. I just have some cheapy white eggs here from the local gas station. We had my daughter's birthday party over the weekend and we needed more eggs, and we couldn't get to anywhere where I would buy my normal eggs, so we're going to use these up. I probably am going to start out with a dozen and go from there and see how many we need. And I apologize if the quality of the video or the angle is not perfect. Like I said, I don't have a stand, so I'm just kind of trying to make do with what I have. And I can't see it, so because I'm able to angle it properly, I have to have it facing the other way. So I can't see what you guys can see, so hopefully you can see well enough. What? I'm making a French toast bake. Like I said, I'm going to start out with a dozen and see what that's like. I don't want it to be dry, so this is a big egg. Start out with that. I'm gonna get some vanilla and add that in there. A good healthy splash. These are one of those things that I don't really follow a recipe. I just kind of cook. Very rarely for dinner do I follow exact recipes for the most part. Not saying I never do, but a lot of times dinner is just cooking with how I feel. Just trying to get these yolks broken up. I don't want to whip it too much since it is heavy cream. You could use milk, like I said, you could use half and half. I just needed to use up that cream, so that's what we're using. I'm all about using up things that you have, which is why I use those bread products, just because they've been sitting in my freezer for a little while and no one's using them as a bun. And I do feel like they don't last terribly long. I feel like they kind of start to just deteriorate, I guess, a little bit. So they're perfect for a French toast bake. I think we might need more, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna just take this, pour it over the bread mixture. I am kind of thinking this may not fit in my cast iron, and I think I'm gonna need to do it in a 9x13 instead. It ended up being more bread than I thought it would be. So I think we're gonna go with a 9x13 instead of a cast iron, although my 9x13 I think has cupcakes in it, so we'll have to kind of see about that. Okay, let's see if this is enough to really get this bread coated. You don't want it dry. You don't want a dry French toast. So if I need to, I'll do some more eggs and some milk, but I want to first get this mixed in as good as I can. Yeah, I don't know that it's gonna we may have to see what we can come up with here. Since, like I said, I don't think we're going to be getting this all into my cast iron. I don't know. Hard to say. This is a lot, so I think we're going to end up in a casserole dish of some sort. My dogs always come in when I'm in the kitchen because they often get something from when I'm making dinner or whatever, but I don't have anything for them this time. So really it's just about making sure that the bread is fully coated. You don't want it too wet because then it won't hold, it'll get really mushy, but you also don't want it dry, so kind of just well coated, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Got a little bit of strawberries here from my daughter's birthday party. Dump those in there. And we've got like 10 blueberries left, and I'm just gonna dump those in there too because let's get rid of them. So I could pull out some frozen blueberries if I wanted to and add a few more in there. I realize I just left my fridge open. But I think that I'm just gonna leave it. Just a little bit of berries in there, blueberries, and it just used up some of the things that were sitting in the fridge, which is good. Okay, so we're gonna set this off to the side and just kind of let it sit. And I'm gonna get some cream cheese mixture going as well. I'm gonna take a block of cream cheese. This is partially used, there's a little bit missing, but almost the full 8 ounces. And I'm just gonna soften this. I'm gonna use my microwave. It's not my preferred, but because I am behind. And then I'm gonna use some blonde coconut sugar just to sweeten it a little bit. Got some softened cream cheese. I'm gonna plug in my mixer here. A bit of coconut sugar. You could just use regular sugar as well. I just have this coconut sugar. So we're just gonna sweeten that a little bit. Just because then we'll get like that cheesecake. Perfect. Just got some avocado oil spray. Just want to spray that in there. Mixture here. And just plop it into the pan and pray that it fits. So we've got those little bit of strawberry, a little bit of blueberries. It's not a lot, but I think it'll be just enough just to add a little extra something in there. This will probably take a while to bake, I'm thinking, because it is so thick. Just kind of mushing it down there, and I'm just going to take this cream cheese mixture and plop it on there, and it'll cook into it once it starts cooking. So I bet you this is going to take like an hour. Which is kind of a bummer because it's kind of late, but that's okay. Take this and just spread it out a little bit. Okay, so we are going to put this into the oven. I've got it at 375. And just let this start cooking, and then I will get my bacon in there, and we'll probably have some eggs with it, even though there's eggs in it. That's fine, just eggs, bacon, and delicious French toast bake. So into the oven it goes. Okay, my mother-in-law stepped over, neighbor stepped over, so we are very behind on dinner, but here is the French toast bake with the cream cheese topping. My bacon is done. I'm going to start on my eggs, and then we are going to eat.